All right, today, man, we gonna chop it up about this new Nas album, the new Nas and Hit Boy album called Magic 2. You know what I mean? I'm a big Nas fan, a big supporter of Nas, and I'm a Hit Boy fan too. I'm supportive of his production and his lyrical ability. You know what I mean? He also a good rapper when he wants to be. But we gotta break down this album real quick. All right, the first track on the album is the intro. And the intro got the legendary Don Magic Juan on this bitch from the West Coast. Yeah, the legendary pimp Don the Magic Juan, the Bishop. He doing the intro for Nas. And I kind of like that. I kind of like Nas reaching out to Don and having him on the album, you know what I mean? Even if it's just for an intro. The next track is called Abracadabra. Now, I'm gonna be honest, the Abracadabra song is not one of Nas' best, man. And the production by Hit Boy on that track is not Hit Boy's best neither. So that's gonna be one that you're gonna skip real quick. Now the next track, Office Hours featuring 50 Cent. Now this is a good track, you know what I mean? And Nas and 50 never did an official feature on either one of each other's albums. So I was happy to see this, you know, this is for Queens. You know what I mean? Jamaica Queens and QB, the Bridge getting together on a song. The shit was kind of tight, you know what I mean? I gotta be honest, 50 had a real good verse lyrically. Nas had a good verse lyrically too. He started off a little fast, going all over the place with the flow, but I know what he was trying to do, but he still had good lyricism, good content. But 50 came through with the content that I like and the energy I like. This is one of the highlights of the album. The next track after that is Black Magic. And Black Magic is one of the best tracks on the album. Good production, good lyricism. It's talking about relationship shit and it's talking about just wise shit as being an older hip hop artist. I like this track a lot. Black Magic, you definitely got to stream that one. Now, the next track after that is called Motion. See, motion is a new slang word that's going around the hip hop community right now. Everybody talking about they got their own motion. But this song doesn't live up to the title. The production on this song is not the best. Nas did good on the lyricism, but I don't like the production on this track, just being honest. Now, the next track is called Bokeem Woodbine. And for y'all that don't know, that's one of the people that starred in the movie Jason Lyrics. So Nas kind of doing storytelling lyricism on this track, referring to the Jason Lyrics movie and his character, also just giving you game and some real shit. And I like this track a lot. And Hit Boy, you came through in the production on this one. This is a very good track. Very solid production, very solid lyrics, good track. Very creative too, by putting Bokeem Woodbine name as the title. I like that move, Nas. The next track after that is called Irvin Johnson. Magic Johnson to be exact. Irvin Magic Johnson. Now this track, the production is fire. The production bumping. It's very entertaining beat. It's got the energy that everybody likes from these two. But on the lyrical side, I like Nas' lyrics, but some people might think it's a little forced because it's like Nas doing a different style, a more southern type style. Some people might feel like it's forced. Some people might enjoy it. On the production value, I think it's definitely a track that you're not going to skip because of the music. You're definitely going to listen to it. But I can see a lot of East Coast fans not rocking with it because they might feel like Nas forcing a strategy or a lane or a flow that he don't have to necessarily do. But the track's out. All right, the next track is What This All Really Means. And now this track is one of the highlights of the album. This track is a classic Nas record, and Hit Boy came through with the production and delivered. If you listen to this album and you skip around, you gotta stream this song right here. Definitely listen to this song. I promise you, you won't just be disappointed. If you a Nas fan, you like lyrical rap, you're gonna like this shit. The next track after that is called Slow It Down. And once again, Nas comes through with those bars. And the production is on point by Hit Boy. So there's another saga track on the album that you shouldn't miss. You definitely got to check this one out. Very good track. All right, the next song after that is called Pistols on Your Album Cover. Now, this is paying homage to the BDP era. Because if you don't know, KRS-One and Scott LaRock on their album, they had guns on that shit on the very first album they made called Criminal Minded, which is a hip hop classic. And if you know Nas music, Nas was highly influenced by that era of rap. You know what I mean? The Criminal Minded, the Paid in Full Rock M. This whole record is a homage to that era, to that 80s rap, you know what I mean, to that boom bop era, the lyrical era, you know what I mean? So Nas just pretty much giving y'all a jewel, paying homage to the past on this track. And on this track, the production is good, the flow is real good, and I like the shit he's saying. I like the way he's reaching back to the past to pay homage to the kings before him. I respect that. Now, the last track on the album is called One Mic, One Gun, and it features 21 Savage. But if you're a real Nas fan and you're a real artist that's out here streaming music all the time, you already know that that song was old. It came out right after the King Disease Part 3 came out. So that track was old. It's like a throwaway just to throw on the album. But I kind of like that track. It was solid, and I like seeing Nas and 21 Savage collaborate. Especially since everybody thought they had some kind of beef, or 21 Savage was hating on Nas and shit because of the albums dropping at the same time, you know what I mean? But I like the way they cleared the air and showed that it's all love. You know, Nas and 21 Savage, that was a good track. It was solid. So all in all, man, this album is straight. But if you're going to compare it to the first Magic that came out before this one, I got to say it's not better than the first Magic. It doesn't live up to the hype of the first Magic. The first Magic album that Nas dropped with the Death Row East and all the certain kind of songs, that shit was kind of a low-key classic in the streets. Everybody kind of fucked with that album. It had no skips, probably 2 skips on that album. 2 skips on that album. But this album got a couple of skips, man, you know what I mean? All together, it's got like 4 or 5 solid tracks. It's only a 10 album project if you take off the song with 21 Savage. So 5 out of 10, it's decent, you know what I mean? It's a straight album. It's not a classic Nas album, but it's decent. It's a good project, but me being a real fan of Nas and Hit Boy, Nas and Hit Boy King Disease 3 is way better than this album. Way more solid, way more better lyrics, and way more better production. I like this album. I think it's a good album. It's straight. It's okay. You know, if we was back in the days when it was rating shit by like 5 mics or shit like that, I would have to give it a 3.5 mics. Maybe 4. 3.5 mics, maybe 4 is solid. You know what I mean? It's a good album. It's dope. But it's not a classic. It's not a classic like KD3. KD3 was a motherfucking classic. You know what I mean? And I'm just keeping it real, you know what I mean? Just letting y'all know what it is. So when you get a chance, check the album out and see what you think. You know what I mean? I'm giving you my honest opinion. If you don't agree, drop a comment. If you agree, drop a comment. You know what I mean? Let me know what it is. It's your boy, K to the fucking bird, and I'm out.